Hello, folks. This is going to be a super short. At least I'm going to try and make it short. We're going to try and replicate this from scratch, just to see how well or how fast you can do it with simple GUI. All right, so let's go ahead and start a new scene. There we go. Alright, so let's create our GUI camera. Alright. Let's see about the layer. It should use a preset layer mask, and the main camera needs to remove it. Okay, done. Next. I would like to have a layout, and I'm not sure which way. I think I'll stay with rows. So basically, what'll happen is let's add a background image to this layout, and I'll make it background, and all that really does is make sure it's positioned at 0, 0, and it's set to expand to fill initially. Yeah, you can play around with it later, but for the background, this is what I really want. Let's go. Let's edit this background. Let's select. I think I'll try the Vista background, just for the hell of it. Oop. All right. So let's, maybe I'll zoom out a little. Alright, so there, 1 pixel in the middle. I've done this once before, so I know it's only 1 pixel. And then I'll just save. I'll come back to it if I need to make any other changes. So basically, I have my layout background set up. The next part is to decide what the padding is going to be. Actually, I'll leave the padding a little later because it can be modified at any time. So let's go ahead and make the title bar and the body of the message box. Okay, so for that I would use another layout. And you'll see what layouts are in just a second, if you don't already have an idea. It's just ordering children, one next to each other instead of on top. That's all it is. All right. So first layout, let's set the height to, let's say 50-ish. That's fine. Let's use one more layout for the top. What are we gonna name this? Let's say title bar. Yeah, that sounds good. Actually, this should be probably about, I don't know, less than 20, close to 16. Let's put it 16, then change it around later. And this should probably expand the height. What I'm trying to do is get this layout to be right at the top. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the parent, and I'll mess around with the padding of it a bit. And let me zoom in real quick, so I can get a better idea of what I want the padding to look like. What am I doing out? I'm modifying the margin. It should be the padding. Sorry. So, padding about, yeah, something like that. So as soon as the pixels start, getting flat, after the curve, as soon as it starts getting flat, that's where I want the padding to come in. and not exceed that. So let's go ahead and add it to the right. And 1 pixel, that's good. And let's do the bottom while we're here. And okay, let's try it with that. And the top. Let me take a look at the title bar, where it's at. So the top will be about there. Now let's look at the title bar. Yeah, alright, let's play around with that, because the button is supposed to be touching. The button is supposed to be, one of the buttons that I want to use is here, and it's gonna touch the top because it's like the Vista type of button. So I think I need to reduce the padding from the top just 1 pixel. Okay, there we go. Alright, so for the title bar, let's do this really quick. Instead of stacking on top of each other, we wanted to do it side by side. So that's columns. What's the first thing we add? Let's see, put in a button, an icon, I guess you could call it. So let's edit this. I think I have a icon somewhere here. Let's try this one. Let's zoom in just a touch so I can see what's going on. Maybe a little more. That's too big. Let's do that. Actually, I'm using 9 slice at the moment only because I haven't had a chance to work on the plain texture features yet, but it is definitely and initially this is supposed to say normal. Okay, let me save this real quick. It's stretching it because initially everything is expanded, so let's set that to 16. Alright, so let's go back to the scene. Alright, let's just leave it for now and go back to the next one. So the next one is text. So I drag. You can just left click once or just drag it and release it. You know, it still works. So if you don't specify, let me delete the text. If you don't have a parent selected, you can drag the text. Initially it creates outside, but you're still dragging it, so you can drop it wherever you want. So it'll move it for you immediately. So you have two approaches to doing this. So that's a plus. All right. Oh, I have to go back to camera and make sure everything is set in the same layer. All right. I'll work on that. Okay. So what do I want? I just want to say this is the title bar. And if I want another font, I can do that too. Let's go with this one. The spacing. I'll work on that later. Let's just get it done. So I'm gonna add a group to it. Why am I adding a group? You'll see in just a second. If I add another image, this is going to be the button in the corner, like the close button. If I edit this, let me see, BTN dialog button. There we go. I guess I should have named that something better. Okay, let me reset this. And I don't remember what. Let's go with this. It doesn't matter. All right, so save. Doesn't look bad. All right. I will want to set it to a certain width, something along those lines. Depends on what you're doing. That's good. Okay, so title bar. Yeah, let's go back to the scene. Title bar, done. Now the body of it. Let's call it body. The client area. I just call it body because it kind of reminds me of a web page. A document body? No. Something like that. Anyways, what do we want? We basically have a separate. The bottom is separate, and it has two buttons in it. So I think I might use another layout for that. Actually, two layouts I'll stick in here. 1, 2. Okay, so this is in rows. This is fine. So which is the bottom? This is the bottom. So I'll call this bottom. Or buttons, because that's where the buttons are gonna be. And I will set a custom height to I don't know, 38. Let's try 38. And this is the actual where the actual message, where the dialog message. Dialog message is going to appear. So what do I do first? How do I make it so that this looks like an actual border of the dialog? I'll put a background image in this body here. So let's do that now. So image is background, great, and let's modify it. I don't know. Let's use a plain one. Okay, something like this. So let's zoom in. Let's actually. I just want the inside of this. Oh, I probably need to use a different texture because the dark stuff I want on top. You know what? Forget it. It's not that important. Oh, before I forget, I need to specify the slices and then save. Okay. As you can tell, that it does pop out. So that's good. So let's go with that. Just for the hell of it, let me modify this slightly. Okay, so you can actually tell the difference. All right, next part. All right, so that's it doesn't matter where you put the image if it's set to the back as a background for a layout. It'll work anywhere you put it. I mean, as long as it's the immediate child. That's the one requirement. Okay, so let's do the bottom buttons real quick. So I have a spacing, a button, and a spacing. So I use an empty group for the spacings. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Group, and let's use image. Alright, so something's wrong here. It's stacking one on top. I don't want it stacking. I want it to be beside each other. So I have to switch to columns. This group should actually be at the end, so it expands to fill. So when you resize, it's doing what you want. The images, I don't care about the images. I guess I can set them to a fixed width. Let's do 60 in each. Oops, come on, 60. Okay, great. Let's add a touch of padding on the top. I would say 5 and 5. No. Let's go with 5 and 5 and modify it later. Image, first one. Button, BTN. Alright, let's go with that. Reset, zoom. don't know. Let's just leave it. Just move this down and modify it later. It's probably not perfect. Some of these should probably be bilinear if I want to see it like smooth gradients. Okay, that looks much better. And the same thing with this one. Okay, that's fine. Let's put it to bilinear. Just give me smooth gradients even where it's not smooth. Okay, good. I think I want to space this just a little bit. Okay, so I will add a 2 margin. Oh, that's the wrong button, sorry. And maybe on the right side of this one. 2. Okay, that's fine. Alright, looks good so far. I do want the bottom to actually have a darker background, so I will add an image background to the layouts, and I will modify that. Oh, yeah, you can press edit, or you can just pop in. As soon as you switch to a different components, it'll automatically read in the values. It'll know if it's an image or not. So you can do it either way. You want to use this? I don't know what this is. Yeah, what the hell? Let's try it. Let's put it here and here. This can go on top and bottom. So save this. I should probably put it to bilinear just so it doesn't look weird, because there's not enough for it as a to be a decent gradient. All right, let's modify that slightly. Actually, I think I made a mistake because it was already a gradient to begin with. Let me. Oh, okay. Yeah, this will work. But if we really wanted to, we can go with the luminescence, something like that, and we can play around with that. Okay, now is not the time to do that, but there's ways to get around that. Actually, let me make it slightly darker. Okay, that's fine, and it's not. Okay, going back. This is not tall enough. It should be that tall, and padding should be added here. Oh, too much. Okay, that looks a little better. Okay, moving on. So that's the bottom buttons. Now let's work on it. Oh, I forgot. It's not done. I have to add a text to each of these. Okay, let's modify the text. Alright, so I guess one of them will say OK. Let's make it center and middle, and the other one same thing. Oh, but I want this one to say cancel. Alright. Close. So that's the bottom. So the bottom's done. Now the actual message box. So what am I doing here? Do I want rows or columns? Do I want it to stack, or do I want it to go across next to each other? Let's try columns next to each other. So I want the larger icon here, and then the actual message next to it. Alright, so icon, and let's do the text right now. So I'll say this is the dialog box message. All right. You know what? I'm not gonna bother with the font. I mean, you could pick whatever you want, but that's too freaking small. I don't want you guys to squint. That's fine. Doesn't matter. All right. So the image. This is supposed to be the icon. So how do we do this? How do we do this? So I know I want it to be a custom size of, let's say, 16 by 16, I suppose. Do I want to make it? Yeah, 16 by 16. And I want to position it. Yes, you can actually click on these here, and it'll work. It's not just a visual representation. It actually is interactable. So yeah, that's something interesting. I will want since it's top left and top will be affected. Margins will work nicely with top and left. So let's go with I don't know, 9 by 10. Let's try 9 by 10 just to see how it looks. Actually, I'm not sure the icon is going to be. You know what? Oh, that's right. I tried setting it to 16, but it has a clamp because 22 and 22 for the width and height. There's a reason why it sets it initially for you. It's so whenever you save it here, it'll update the minimums here. It takes the minimums based on the top, the left and the right. Any one of these, the left and the right, the actual the width and the height. So 11 plus 11 would be 22. So if I zoom in, whoops, this corner here, but don't move it, dang it. This corner here is 11, and this corner here is 11. So the only thing that really stretches is the middle portion. Same thing here. The bottom is 11, and so is this. All right, so enough of that. Let's find a decent icon. Let's see, icon info. Let's try that. Okay, I really don't need slices for this, but I haven't had a chance to implement the plain texture without slices. So basically, it just give you these these 4 handles here on the corners, no slices. So let's save that. What size is this? 32. Make a note of that. So okay. 32 by 32. Alright, looking good. Now what? Now the text. Let's get rid of this. Okay, text. What do I do? Okay, so as you can tell, you can't align if it's a child of a layout, and the layout is a row or a column. But for columns, children basically cannot. If it's a column, then you can't set the left alignment because it positions everything from left to right. And if you set it to rows, then the opposite is true. The vertical you can't set. It aligns everything from bottom to top. So the layout takes control of that alignment, of the positioning. Alright, so let me put it back. columns. So this is top, and this is also top. I haven't had a chance to add the same thing like I did for image, but it is coming, definitely. Okay, so it's along the top, so the top margin, let's put it there, and the left margin around there. What else? This is the second line, and this is the third line. Happy coding. Okay, something like that. Alright, so that's fine. Let's go back to this. Let's make this just slightly darker. Not too dark though. I actually do want it. You know what? Let's make it freaking white. I don't care. Alright, there we go. And let's modify the background here to, I don't know, to bluish. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make it bluish as well. Okay, and the different slices here. So that is not that actual corner, and make that blue. Top left, bluish, and the right slice. Do that. Let's make that consistent. I forgot to do that. Okay, and the middle too. All right, now for the corner or the bottom. So that and the very bottom. Let's do really dark, just to see if there's any difference. So really light, and it transitions the gradient into a dark blue. Same thing. Only take a minute or two, and basically now you just tweak it. So that hide. All right. So what do we have here? So we have the body, we have the layout. Let's dialogue. Okay, here's the title bar. Let's increase the height just a little bit. Okay, I don't want the title bar image to stretch. I actually want it to be a custom height of say 17. Oops, I think I was modifying the wrong image. Sorry. Alright, there we go. $15. Okay, 15 is good. Wait a minute, it should be the top. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay. And this should be probably at the top too, with a margin, top margin of say 2 to 3. Alright, and negative margin of 1. Text should be probably at the top too, just to keep it consistent. No particular reason. You can do it either way. You can make it everything in the bottom. I just like it to be at the top, and then you can just move this around wherever you feel it's most comfortable. And there you have it, folks. 30 minutes or less, you can have an actual dialog box. If you want to go further into it, you can actually have this image tinted to however you like. So let's say what is this? Yeah, okay, let's do that. Okay, let me zoom in real quick. There. Let's select there. Select the top portion of it. Actually, no. I'll leave it at a white and just set this to that color. Leave it, and the second color is that. It's like a light red. This one, yes. And the bottom is already kind of dark to begin with, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Maybe I'll just actually, whoops. Maybe I'll just use the same color twice, so there's no gradients, no fill gradients. Well, actually, it's doing a tint, but you know what I mean. From and to. So that and that. Alright, so if you take a look, it actually does look like a decent button, right? Alright. Not bad, huh? You can do the same thing if you wanna, when the button is, I should say the image is focused. So if I go to here, well, oh, it's supposed to always have normal enabled. So if you have normal focus pressed, whichever of these, you can basically edit these, and you can when you expand these, I haven't added support yet, but you should be able to specify the gradient, the fill from and fill to. So you can actually have control over what the fill is from here, instead of having to go to the actual shader, and do it one by one. So just do it once, and it should basically stay. And then you don't have to go through all that trouble, of doing everything manually. But yeah, that's the neat part of this, the neat thing. All right. Let me do this really quick. If you wanted to, you could even make this go from light to like darker. Even one of the buttons. So if in the focused state here, when the button's actually focused, then you can set up all these regions to have, actually not full area, but let's say like the middle. Where's the middle? Right under here, there'll be other options, and one of those will be the option to specify the colors. So yeah, so something like that. So it's not too difficult to do this. Go back to that scene, sorry. So that 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So yeah, you basically get the idea. So let's leave that white and go with, what was that, the first color? So they basically match each other, you know. So they're not fighting. So it looks like it's blending, basically. So we chose this color for the bottom. Then let's choose this one this time. Just to, you know, actually let's go with this. It looks nicer. And yeah, it's all gravy, baby. So there you go. You can put another image here, you know, make an X or whatnot. I'm not going to do that right now, but you can. You most definitely can. And same thing with the, I don't know if you can tell, you can get an actual better image, you know, with the actual border, or you can try messing around with the let me see the right side with the shader itself. So I think if I use lumens, I'm trying to make it brighter, right? Oh, did I click on the right image? No, I did not, sorry. Okay, so the one on the right. It's only one pixel wide, so that you probably can't tell right off the bat, but it's this darker, this line here going down. Anyways, the point was it's already on white, but the original image, the pixels are black or dark, I should say. So let's try and play around with the luminosity. Oops. So all it does is just makes it darker. You know, it ignores the color and it just uses, you know, the monotone values. So what am I trying to do here? I am trying to make it lighter. Alright, let's go with 0.7. That seems like a nice number. Alright, you could probably do the same thing for the others. Oh, but this is a different image. I guess I can do it also. What was that? 0.7. And the corner also. Alright, that looks decent. I'm not sure what to do here. It's to the bottom. 0.7. Actually, I need a. Let's make it 1. How the hell would it 1? Yeah. Luminosity. And I think I want this to be dark. So we can change the luminosity to 0.3, 3.5. You know what? Leave it 3.5. Let's make all the 3.5 just to see what it looks like. So basically the shader is changing the color for you. Even though it was like it's not tint. It's not really tinting. It's actually changing the whole of the color. So it's yeah, that looks kind of nice actually. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Excellent, excellent. So there you go. That's how you do it, or at least that's why I hope how people will try to make use of it. I know that this part here seems like it's a gradient going from dark to light to dark again, and you can play around with it. I mean, you can make it all dark if you wanted to, but the original image is actually it's a gradient. The whole thing is actually a gradient, and then what we did was we changed the luminosity, and then we overrode it, and then we added on, I guess, from 2. So where it was darker, you know, it's actually a little lighter. Actually, the bottom portion is lighter. So lighter, kind of light, and very light. And of course, if we put this back to say white, then you'll see what I mean. Yeah. Alright, I hope you enjoy that. Let's put it all white. Alright. I can't do it. I don't want to put it all white, sorry. Anyways, that's it for now. Hope to catch you guys another time. Hope you're doing well. Adios. Ciao. Bye bye. See ya. Happy New Year.